1, number 2, number 4, and number 8.
Okay.
And team 4, team 1, team 4, team 8, they return laptop to us already.
Okay.
And right, and they closed the job, everything, and they said like everything done.
Okay.
Right. And right, and I recheck with the team 4 because like I think team 4 have many problem because like many case lost, right? And I check in the laptop already, but I didn't see anything. I think they send and receive everything and check in everything already.
Okay.
Okay.
I've spent some time looking at Team 1 this week.
Mhm.
And so we could go through Team 1 information that I've been looking at. I haven't seen the email yet.
Mhm. Okay.
And then hopefully we can close out Team 1 this week.
Okay.
Completely, and then we can start working on Team 4 and 8.
Okay. Right. Actually, for me, if it's just for me, I'm concerned for team 4 because like I'm curious a little bit why cases lost a lot because like other cases is another team is okay with the cases.
Okay.
So right.
Okay. What else? You said you'd like us to review the notes, how to look at notes.
Yeah, right. Because
Okay.
like I just want to tell my team, and then somehow I forgot. So maybe if you can review, I think that we have somebody copy a video for her, record a video for her, right? and they will spread tomorrow, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank you.
I don't know how to make video, but I can try.
Well.
Why don't we go over that first?
Mhm.
And then we can go over production numbers before we start talking about closing out teams.
Okay. Okay.
So did you want to look at the notes in SurveyTrack on the laptop or on the back end?
On the back end.
Okay. All right, great. I had logged into my laptop so I could walk through the laptop with you too, but let me close that one down.
Okay, thank you.
Screen, I was sharing it. All right.
Okay.
So now I'm going to share this. And I'm out on the terminal server. Can you see the terminal server?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So there's 3 places where there's notes to review. Case notes that are on a sample line level, call notes on a call record level, and then there's HART. So I'm in the HART production access database. And there is a query called T-call information. So I can open this up and let's look at sample I 1001. So this is looking at one specific sample ID. And this is ordered by your call info number. So this is call record number 1. This is call record number 2. Here are your notes. These are the call record notes. So what happened on that call? And these notes are missing for a lot of calls. And I think I had sent reminders to please make sure interviewers are putting in their call records.
Okay.
But there are a number of cases that happen. So you guys, your team query this query here in the design view. I just have it set up to look for one specific sample ID. You could put in a whole list of sample IDs, or you could look up, you could take this out completely and look at
All the thing.
all call records. You just have to know that there's multiple,
Right.
multiple calls per sample ID. This you can see in WebTrack as well.
Oh, really?
Let me see if I can figure out how to.
Right.
Do you know what the link is offhand to get to WebTrack? Let's see if I can get to WebTrack really quick.
Thank you.
That might be the best place for you guys to look at.
Right. Okay.
Art production. It's just slow. Okay. You could do a new search, and I want to look at. Let's just say I want to look at that same sample ID again. 1001 search. You hit the C right here. That will give you your record. Right here. So again, any search that you have set up. Here's a completed interview search. All of these cases have a link for C, which is the call records.
Oh, okay. I just know that.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's the addresses.
Addresses. Okay.
This is a tool for when you're reviewing cases.
You
want to say what happened on this. There's a note right here. And you can see that call record number 1, they did not put a note in. Call record number 3, they did not put in, and call record 4, they did not put a note in. But they did for call record number 2. Also in WebTrack, over on the right-hand side, there's an N. Link is going to link to the case note, which is a line level. And the note will appear here if there's any. Let's see if we can find one with a case note. I don't know how else to find it from here. We can look in Access. All right, I'm going to jump back to the terminal server.
Okay.
And look for the case notes. They're in T sample line. And let's pull out. I noticed that there are some, so let's see if I can find some, and then I can show you how to find them in WebTrack.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm just going to look for everything in the prod project where the case notes field is not null. So no, it's about cases. So let's look at 13122 in WebTrack. Close. Let's go back to a new search. We're going to look at just that sample ID. 13122, is that? 13122. Okay. 13122. Tell me if I'm going too fast.
Okay.
And then I'll hit search. And here is an _N, meaning there's a note there. Right here. And then
okay.
Here is your note.
Oh, okay.
So those are ways to look at things in WebTrack. So if you wanted to, let's go back to this completed interview search. Let's go back to that search. This says that there's 3,254 cases, right? And then none of these here have an N. There's no those cases.
I see.
But if we hit over on this side, if we hit next, that will load the next 20 cases. Again, there's no N. And hit next. So when you're reviewing cases, the N will show up. There is
No.
see that one. Like there should be one. Actually, no, 13.2 is the first one. So let's jump to 12. So like here, there's 3.
No.
That's not the N. The H here is transferred. Is that those cases were transferred?
Oh, okay.
Let's keep jumping and find that. All right, we're getting closer. It's only 20 lines. All right, so here's one, right?
Yeah.
So it will show up that there's a note if there's a note.
Oh, I see.
And you can see. So what Emily and I have been doing is when we're looking at cases, if there's notes, we dump the notes into Google Translate to see what they're saying.
I see.
It's not a very good translation.
But it's okay. You can like guess it.
Right. We're guessing at what happened. Probably other. That one's good. There's probably.
Oh wow. Right. This one is okay. They said the interview already.
Do you have any questions about how to review? Might be WebTrack might be easier, but this also right away.
Right. I think maybe for me, maybe from the protection, from the backlight, maybe it's better because I just want to get the whole thing to analyze something.
Okay.
But for somebody to check, WebTrack is very good.
Yep. So I saved this query here called query QRY. And again, case notes is different than the call record, call notes. For case notes, there's only one per case. There's only one note. In the call information, you can have multiple. Have any questions about those two notes? We're going to move on.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So the F2 remarks are done in Blaze, and they're on a question level. I went into HART data up, introduction AD. I have an access database here called AD._prod. This database created a query here with just count, but it does give you the question and whether there's a no or not. Looking for, you have 2 notes. You could do a group by and do a count. I guess you can do a count on here. And this will give you, okay, so for, oh no, that's not what I want to do. This is there. And we could try to figure out how to make that work.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how much time I should be spending on doing this. I'll have to ask Jay.
Oh, right.
How much time I need. The other thing, so that's one method of processing. Another method of processing, we have a utility that we built here in Ann Arbor. And let me just run that real quick to show you. So you select your files, it's going to output here. And this, what this does is it reads the RMK file and it makes a CSV file. But the problem with this now is there's no Thai text.
Oh, okay.
Of that, right? So you do have, like, this is a remark. But I don't have any Thai text.
Right.
You need a tool to work with this. I can ask Jay if we have the resources to make this tool work.
I see.
Or I can ask Jay if I have resources and we can work on trying to figure out how to import SAS or some other process.
Right.
But I don't know what if your data team could just work with this. I'm not sure. Right?
Right. Let me discuss. Maybe tomorrow I will ask somebody, like maybe unknown or something. Maybe if he have another way, I will tell you.
Right. Okay.
To check. Right.
You guys figure out a way to process it. I was thinking Python would be a good way to use
Python.
Would probably be the best way to use this.
Right.
I don't know how you're doing your the CSV. You should be able to. Right. You can just call this. Copy this. You can just call this. .csv. Right. And it opens, right? And then you would you could transform this into columns.
Okay. I will ask them.
So in SAS, would do a proc transpose. Data equals remarks by, I don't know the syntax very well, by R1. This isn't the syntax I would use, but it would be, you could do something similar to, right? I'd have to Google how to transform this. You would loop through and take this record and this record and this record and bring up to here.
Right.
I mean, it would take some time, but I can, if you're interested in this tool, I can work with Jay to see if we have resources.
Right. Actually, I just want to know how the easy way to do. So for you and for me also. So tomorrow I will discuss with. I think Unknown will know that, but I have to ask him first. But
Yeah. So however
maybe,
you guys are processing this data,
mhm.
you should be able to use the same tool to process this data.
Mhm.
Do you have any other marks or notes?
No, for now. I think I'm okay with that. Export data.
Let me know if you want me to, like, create more queries that just get the data out in a format that then you guys can use for other reviewing.
Right.
But these are your two queries to use, and then anybody who's using WebTrack can review the same data.
Right.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Sunny.
Yep. So then, let me close. Let me close this. Okay, so I have been looking at Team 1.
Nào.
So I'm using this query. I'm at database. And I'm using this query to look up by interviewer. So for example, I've looked at this user quite a bit, 764110111. This user has, this is the column where lines are assigned to the laptop. This user has all of their lines are pulled. There's a couple cases that I'm looking at, like this case has an N interview length of 0. So
Right.
my next step is I want to make sure it's in the merge. We have the data for it, and there's probably a corrupted something. So I'm checking on a line by of and then I'm looking. So these are all 1001s. These are all main interviews, so they should all be in the master file. Then all of the 6,000 ones. Right, this column here is showing that Blaze has been opened. And so I've been looking at some of these lines wondering, well, how much Blaze data is there? And do you guys want that Blaze data file? Right, there's a 6,001 that's partial and an 8,001 that's partial, and then 8011s. So I'm writing an email. Let me pull up my email. And because I want to show you, maybe I don't need to be as detailed as, not in sent, in draft. Team 1 closeout. So I had sent this email to you saying that there's lines assigned to these interviewers.
Okay.
They're still active. So I'm still waiting for those to be checked. And interviewers that are, like we just looked at the
Okay.
This is line by line, so are coded 8011 and instrument is complete. And I just want you guys to confirm that yes, that's true.
Okay.
Yes, that's, that these final codes are coded properly. Like this case is a 80,001 non-sample, and this case is a 2001 non-interview. And so on the reports, that's going to change your response rate.
Okay.
So this is what I was going to, I'll send this to you for you guys to review these cases to say, yes, they're coded properly. Do you want the Blaze data or do you not want the Blaze data?
Okay.
There's not really much data. I can show you this guy particularly. 1222. 1222. So this guy, right, 1222. This is the individual stuff. This is the data that they have. Are you following me? So R1 is there's no R1, and R2 is not started. And so I'm thinking that you don't want this data because there's not really anything.
Right.
But I'm just checking to make sure because
Right.
I've gone out further.
Okay.
So that's what I've looked at this many cases individually, and they're all the same. But they're all coded differently here, right? Like this is the 8001, this is the 6001. So I don't know. I haven't looked at this is where you need to look at the notes. Say, should this guy be non-sample? Should this guy be this? And I've only looked at cases where Blaze has been opened. Right? And here's so then I looked at this guy, 012, 76411-012. And they have all of their completes look good. They've all been merged. Right? I can tell they're merged because they have a time. And then after that, I'm looking at these over here where Blaze has been opened. And I'm trying to figure out, is there any data that we need to keep in these? Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay. And so like this 8011, I don't, Blaze has said it's complete, and that got, because through the screener it said it was complete, deceased. So I don't know if, like this guy, if you want to include in your data out. 1235. 12035.
35. Uh-oh.
No, so if you can open these up, sometimes you'll get an error. Just and open it up again. This guy is,
okay.
If you hit details, the data on here, there's some data here that says residents and continue, and it's got the screening data. Are they alive? No. Is the proxy? If you want this data, to be able to use this data for anything. I haven't included it in the data out.
I think no.
Make sure that you know that it's there if you do want it.
Right.
And if you'd like, I could set up like a separate merge that has just the criteria of non-final, non-1001 cases. So I started to do that, but I had my criteria wrong, just to see if there's data that you may want. So I set up this non-interview data merge, and I'll let you know when that's ready to look at.
Okay.
Right now it has a lot of completed cases because I messed up on the criteria. But like for example here, 1009 or 119.
19.
It has some screener data, right?
Oh.
R1 is alive, but R1 apparently doesn't want to, either doesn't want to do it, or I don't know what 119 is coded. All right, it's coded a refusal. Right.
Right.
So I just want to let you know I am merging this other data that's not included in your 1001. And then you guys can choose if you want to use it or not. But I thought it would be good for you to have.
Okay.
And you can do the same thing, run the data out on it the same way that you're running the data out on the master.
Right.
So the master you're copying right now, you're copying from this production folder. It will be, don't use it yet, I'll send you a message when it's ready, but it will be the same under non-interview. It will be your non-interview data.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I should use the production instead and see all the things.
Now, because this is all of your 1001s.
This
is all of your main interview. They're all done. They're all completed.
Okay.
They all have data on them.
Production is mean 1001. Okay.
They're coded 1001.
Okay. And non-interview is mean another.
Yep. Will be coded all of your 6000 series, your 7th series.
Okay.
Which I think you need to review to make sure that they're actually coded properly.
Okay.
And I don't know if there's notes for everything to tell.
Okay. Let me check. Because like for team one, they have many cases it's non-interview, I think. Right. Because like they find out like they cannot find the household address actually, and some part they cannot find the name of the interviewer. So maybe it's happened like this. Maybe because like last wave that we did it, and the last team maybe they make some information, I think, or they do something mistake. I have to check it right now because like just only this team that have this problem, and for some cases, for some province they have the problem like this, but just a little bit, like just 1-2 case or 5-10% case. It's not a lot, except Bangkok and around the Bangkok. So I don't know. Yeah.
Right, and that's why, I mean, it's important to be looking at individual cases. And right, I was going to set up another search, a new search. Instrument status is I guess all, and R1 status is all, R2 status is all, and then I want result code. This I want, I'm gonna pull up all of the non-final or non-interview cases that have been worked. All right, so I've selected all of those guys. Here, let's do suspended and complete. I have these guys, and let's call this non-interview. I'll save it as a group search so that everybody can use it.
Okay.
So here, this is coded 8001, and it's send it, and then you can look here to see if there's any call notes. Right? Does it make sense that it's coded at 8001?
Let me buy them. Yeah, right.
Copy that, right? And then I.
They said they cannot find a house.
Okay. And then is 8001 the right? No such house number. Is that the right code? It was 8001. His sample listing isn't proper. Right? Is that the same thing as?
Right.
Should that instead be tracking exhausted?
Right.
Can't, you know.
Right.
So that's. I just want to confirm that you guys understand. If you're going to use this code, sample listing isn't proper. That means it's a non-sample. And if you're going to use instead tracking exhausted, it's a non-interview. And that will affect your response rate. Because non-sample gets taken out of the denominator, non-interview means in your denominator. So I just want to make sure that the code cases are coded consistently across the teams, right?
Right.
So, for example, here's a 6007.
Let me see.
Oh, sorry. Paralyzed, speechless. Does that can't talk?
They cannot talk because like they got this ill, paralyzed. I don't know if it's called paralyzed.
Okay.
Like, but it's true.
Which is fine. So that's 6007, right? And 6007 is other reason. That's fine. It could be a permanent condition, but it's still non-interview, so that's okay.
Permanent condition, okay.
Right. But the case is coded other reason, which is fine, as long as it's non-interview, not non-sample.
Right.
So we've, like people on our team, TLs will go through each case and make sure things are coded properly.
Right. Maybe my team have to do. I maybe have no time to do. So tomorrow I will discuss with my team to see the cases. Like, but we just check only the case that we have a note, right?
Right.
Because like some case, I think we cannot ask the team leader because like some cases they cannot remember or something like that.
Right.
Right. Tomorrow let me discuss with them. Let me note.
I want to show you that this is an example that cases aren't being coded the same. So this, it has been said that Mr. Lift has been moved to another place for a long time. Do not know where to move to. The house is rented out.
They sometimes they ask somebody the neighborhood and the neighborhood tell them like they moved to another place for a long time.
Okay.
Right.
That's coded 7003. Which again is 7003 is now on sample, right? So that's fine. So like it looks good, but there are some cases where they're not quite.
Right. The occupant
I think that's how we review things, right? Is
right.
Our team is we look through. You can use this query. I don't know if you've set things up, if you guys have your own queries or not. But this was, it tells you whether things are started or not started and where they are.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And if there's a note or not.
I think maybe tomorrow I will talk with my team to do like maybe I will do some Excel and check with the result code and the note. If I saw something different, I will note and send to you back.
Okay.
Maybe it's easier, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I was doing here with I'll send you this email of just some cases to look at, but then I got to user 14. And so I'm going to not send you these. I'm not going to continue sending these notes. I'll just send you the users. And I just want to show you this real quick. That it's not all users, but it is 14 has, so these guys are all 1001. But then if you look from here down, almost every case has had Blaze open. And so I started looking at this going, well, crap, I can't look at all of these cases to see if there's data in them or not. One interviewer who just opened Blaze on almost every case, regardless if they needed to or not.
So maybe I just ask them like they open the Blaze or not, right?
Well, I can tell they open Blaze.
Right, but I
need to confirm, is there actually data in these that you may want? So let's look at, this is a refusal, 1030, where's that case? I want to make sure that you guys aren't missing any data that will be important for you to look at.
Thank you.
And I haven't merged everything yet in this file. I'm still working on it. All right. When I finish this file, I'll send you. Okay, so closing out, keep these emails by team. So this chain, this chain is called Team 1 Close. And that I say approve closeout. I'm going to make an update and then I do one more sentence.
Okay.
So these guys, I just have to make a date and then they're all approved for close. These guys down here to be checked in.
Okay.
So you can use this query. I'm just looking at this query. Let me get rid of this. And they still in this column. So until we can't close out.
Okay.
And then if you lines on the laptop, then we'll have.
Okay.
Is there any other way would work better? this work? You put
I think I will tell my team and then check. I just check. I didn't. Tomorrow I will check.
so I will
Okay.
say for team 1,
Yeah.
team 4 over the next
Get together.
get, 2 or 3.
Oh,
Does require, to do a send and receive on the
okay. I have from issue for team number 2 lost. Uh, and 5 issue for team 6. They do the off. So like just I don't know what happened. And because like they do flight transfer. Right. And I saw like maybe I have 2 or 3 like when they do the off transfer, then the information lost, like line ID lost. I don't know what happened with that. And another case, I have one case from team number 2. They said like when they do the offline transfer, some the first time like they cannot find the data, right? And just like 5 minutes later, and then they get back to see again, the information comes up. So right. But I told this case for team 0 also, but they said like from many days they try to see the data again, but nothing happened. So
and that,
okay.
so that's these guys here for team 0.
Right.
Okay. And then for team 2, is it just this one sample ID?
Yeah, right.
Okay. I'll send those back out today.
Okay, thank you, Jenny.
Okay.
Right. I think that is all for right now, because like just only team. Oh, and maybe today team 7 just send and receive some data to us to the server. So maybe we will get some more data because they just closed some interview.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, as of right now, I don't see that they did a send and receive.
Right.
I don't know if you use this query at all, QRIW sync time. W sync time, it's right here.
Right.
I added team, so I could filter by team. So this is everybody, oldest to newest. So I see, so there's one interviewer. Okay, so one interviewer, the TL on team 7 did a send and receive. So if they're holding on to most of the lines, which I think they are, then those lines will come through. Right.
Yeah. You show your screen right now? I didn't see your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing my I am sharing my screen.
Oh,
All
what
right.
happened?
I don't know. Let me. Sorry. I thought that I was on. All right.
Not yet. I don't know what happened with my.
I see you.
Oh, really?
Hi.
God.
Forehead.
So. Oh. I'm up.
On this IW sync right in the query,
Okay.
I added by team. Just want to look at like team, right? I'm gonna look when I change, then I'll look and see has he done a send and receive after.
Right.
Once a send and receive is done, then say, okay, that laptop is ready to close out.
Okay.
So you can use, I'm clicking on the little arrow up here to choose who I want to look at. So for team 7,
7.
the TL did a send and receive.
Right.
Not everybody else.
Because like I think they just do like actually they just do the offline transfer to the TL, and then like TL have to check something and download everything, send and receive for only one person or only one laptop. So that's why be like that.
There are still it looks like 135 cases that are completed and just need to be chosen. It looks like there's a lot from Team 6, a few
Right.
4, some from Team 1, and a lot from Team 0.
Oh, okay.
Team 0 is extra. I haven't made that update yet.
Oh, okay. Extra is mean Team 0. Okay.
Yep. There's 69 that need a final call record. One. And a lot of that, it looks like a lot of that is from Team 6, for coded 4201.
Right.
This chunk.
Oh, and if I remember that, like for Team 7, they told me they cannot close the case again, and they told them to go back to cover screen and then put the one down and
it looks
try
like
to close the.
For Team 7?
Right.
Yeah, it looks like they did because this is Team 7, they're all final coded.
Right.
So that's,
and
it looks
maybe
like,
that.
go ahead.
Right. Maybe they have this problem and then like I told them to do any result code. I told them maybe 4201 and then check in back to us and then we will check again like that.
Okay. It looks like is good. It looks like now Team 6 is 4201.
For Team 6, I think they just want, like team leader want to check again before the job and then send to us. I just still waiting for checking that as I talk.
Right.
They told me.
Yeah, no, it looks good. There's a lot of that in the. I just wanted to look real quick here with you.
Okay.
So I look at by interviewer, by week. No, by week.
By week.
What do we look at? I guess by this one. And scroll over to finalized. Team 1, everything's finalized. Team 2, everything is pretty close to being finalized.
Right.
Team 3 is about kind of close. Team 4 still. So I'm going to start working on Team 4.
Right. I think that.
It looks like Team 5 is close. Team 6 is still about halfway.
Right.
Team 7. This user here, Team 7, user 75, has the lines. I'm still not showing that the TL even has any lines.
Right. Because like for this case, for Team 7, actually they separate two team leader. Actually, they have two team leader. Like the team leader. Again, for Team 7, we have two team leader, right? One team they do the one district, and another one team they do another district.
Okay.
Right. So for the hard user number 7, they do they control the 71 to 74, I think, and team leader, another team leader, they use hard user 75. Right, and they control other laptop.
So I'm confused, but I'll look into Team 7 more. This is the, we mark this as the TL, and this number 296 is these numbers here. And so, like, the report doesn't show that this person has lines. So that's confusing, but I can look further at these. But if we look at send and receive times, where did my send and receive go? I think, right, 70, it looks like 75 is holding on to most of the lines. And this guy did a send and receive, but I'm not showing that he has many lines assigned to him. I can look at. And so I don't know, these are all offline transferred somewhere and on someone else's laptop. So I can look and try to figure out what's going on with these.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Then Team 8 looks to be pretty close to done.
But actually, they told me they closed already.
That's fine. Once I start looking at the data, I'll find the cases that, and they may be done in backups.
Right.
And just not pushed up to the server.
Okay.
Which what I think is probably happening with Team 7. So yeah, I'll move on to Team 4 next, and then I'll move on to Team 8.
Okay.
And hopefully I'll be able to look at both of those teams this week.
Right.
We should be able to, once you have, why don't you go into the Team 1 and do a send and receive, check in these lines. The 2 need lines checked in, and then the other ones that I have here approved for closeout, I'll flag them and then get a send and receive on those, and then we should be able to close out Team 1 tomorrow.
Okay, sure.
And then I'll continue with Team 4.
Okay. So I think like after we done Team 1 and then like Team 4 and Team 8, right? And another team that we can do it, I think Team number 2, because like they're close already. Okay.
Alrighty, I have them on my list.
Okay.
It's exciting.
And right now I have many things to do because like that I told you I moved my job from the research center to another center, but in the same university.
Okay.
So crazy thing to do because like I have to do admin stuff and like many paper to do because like we just start to this center. Oh my God.
Right. Oh, I bet you're busy.
Right. But for another job, for this job, it's okay because right now we have my team. We have many people to help me a lot, so it's good.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
That's good. I want to look at one other thing we have. Just so, I think we've gone over this, but there's 3,133 completed interviews. And we have 2,884 merged. Good. We're pretty good at that's just a matter of getting lines checked in when they're completed.
Right. Okay.
So we're close.
Yeah.
We're more than
Hopefully be like that. Right. When I done this job, I will maybe go to hang around for a while, relax.
Take a long vacation.
Yeah, maybe. And how about you? You have like many cases for you right now, like I mean, like other job, other cases.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
have I'm on like 4 or 5 other projects that are
Oh,
ongoing.
really?
And I'm planning a trip to Nepal.
Oh,
Um,
again?
I'm going to train our data managers in Nepal.
Oh, really?
So I'll
Maybe
be
I will go.
there.
Maybe I will go to see you in Nepal. I never been there before.
I'll be there for the whole
Let.
month of August. I'm bringing my daughter with me this time.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell me when you go to Nepal. Maybe I will see you there.
That'll be good.
Oh. Right.
I got another job in a different department that I'm starting in
Oh, really?
December. Yeah.
Right. But in the MU again, right? In the same university?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
In the research center or just.
no, it's with the School of Public Health.
Oh, really? Oh, so exciting.
Yeah, it is. But it's wrapping up these projects or
Right. Oh, and how about next year if a hard lunch again?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, right. So it's okay. But talk in the future.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny.
All right.
We have to. Right. Talk to you again next week, Tuesday.
Okay, next Tuesday works.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.